Welcome to the Fire Takes podcast. I am Tim. I am joined by the Fire Millennial and my fiery wife. How's it going, Gwen?
Oh, things are going well.
Are they? Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
So what's new with you? You got anything?
I just came back from physical therapy, working on my knee, recovering from the surgery, recovering a little bit still from the back injury last summer. It's good. It's good.
Paying back that month off of work. That you got your month of medical leave, but now you also have continuing physical therapy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for the next couple of weeks. It's like 6 weeks of physical therapy twice a week, so yeah. It's not that bad.
Or your gab session with Maggie, one of the two.
First of all, it's Maddie.
Oh, sorry.
Maggie. And I just told her about this podcast, so I hope that this is the podcast episode that Maddie listens to. Hi, Maddie. Thank you for doing such wonderful work on my back. I really appreciate you.
Awesome. All right. Out there proselytizing. I like it. Okay. Our first story today is going to come from our personal finance. And it is in all caps, please help. The unimaginable just happened. Parents can't be trusted with their own retirement. So without going into the details, I just found out that my parents were talked into an incredibly risky startup investment by their financial advisor. And get this, he is also one of the founders. And isn't that like illegal?
Isn't that like illegal?
Illegal? Sorry. And lost a big chunk of money. They had an agreement of what they were okay with investing in risky stuff. And this was way over it. Clearly, they can't be trusted to protect their own interests if someone really charismatic and confident comes along. We, the kids, are thinking we just need to set some sort of legal agreement that they can't withdraw over a certain amount of money without talking to one of us first and getting our okay. That would have prevented this. Which kind of legal person do I need to talk to about this? What do I do? Sorry if this is already a post on here. I'm too frazzled to think straight right now.
So, I don't think that would have prevented that. Also, I don't think that you can do that.
Yeah. So,
without like getting legal paperwork involved to get rights turned over for that.
Yeah. Okay. So, first of all, predating on the elderly, we do not support that. We don't want people to defraud elderly people.
Yes, that is bad.
That's
so
bad.
We're clear on that stance.
This, I mean, it is, and it is.
Yep.
Like, this isn't great.
Nope.
This is bad stuff. This isn't get your parents committed and say that they don't have their faculties, right? Like, this is, yeah. I mean, they're right. A charismatic, confident person came along, swindled them out of some money. But it's not...
It's not like some snake oil salesman came up to them on the street and defrauded them several $100,000 or whatever, right? Like
they got in a bad investment.
This is their financial advisor who they have entered into agreement with to handle their money.
They put trust into someone they shouldn't have.
Yeah.
And that happens. My biggest problem with this story, it smacks of someone is taking my inheritance.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with her concern over her parents and being able to fund their own retirement. Right?
Yeah. It's, hey, somebody's getting into some thievery of the money that I have deemed to be mine.
Yep.
And I'm not going to stand for that because that means I'm not going to get as much.
Yep. If every child of a retired person could just go to the courthouse and say, hey, I want my parents to stop spending money and like just get a judge to sign off on that, like that would be bedlam, right?
Yeah. 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 You need to recognize that your parents are their own people and they are allowed to spend the money however they want. And you can talk to them until you turn blue in the face. Mm-hmm. But ultimately, they are still adults. And unless you can prove that they don't have the mental capacity to take care of their own bills and their own finances, then you just have to sit back and let people make the choices that they're going to make because it's their money.
So it looks like Reddit has been very sympathetic to OP and has focused primarily on the fraud. And there is an edit here, edited to add. I've got a clearer picture with all the helpful stuff people asked. And talking more with my parents, it looks like this was more of an issue of probable fraud. The finance guy is a fiduciary and probably broke major ethical lines and even legal ones. I'm finding a lawyer. Thanks for all the help. I think we'll start with the power of attorney to help have an extra boundary. My mom at least is getting a sense of how serious this is. Will hopefully push back more going forward. Thank you all. I was also panicked when I first heard that what was going on, and I was not going to Google all this and discern what was good advice and what was bullshit. Thank you, everyone who helped me get a better idea of the options for my parents. So my mom at least is getting a sense of how serious this is. That phrasing does feel a little bit more like maybe we are talking about someone who is more on the elderly side, more that didn't realize what was going on.
But also, like, we're in the our personal finance subreddit.
Mm-hmm.
We're not in any of the ones where people are, inviting judgment.
Yeah,
So,
actually know anything.
yeah.
That's true, right? Yeah, they're not saying, am I the asshole for trying to bilk my parents and make sure I get my maximized?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, am I the asshole for maximizing my inheritance by slapping my parents with a power of attorney?
Yeah. So it is a good idea for the parents to, through OP, can certainly help them draft something or get the relevant authorities involved.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to stop you there. OP says, and I quote, "Isn't that like illegal?" in her post. So maybe OP doesn't need to draft the legal documents, but I agree with the general rest of your statement.
Yes. But working in a banking adjacent career field, I hear a lot of stories about defrauding the elderly and how it's done. And this is one of the less common ways, I would say. Yeah. And I definitely think that there is some sort of action for OP/OP's parents to take to maybe get this back. But also, I wouldn't think that you're going to get a whole lot of that money back.
Yeah. Especially...
it's probably gone.
Yeah. There could be... Like, it probably crossed some ethical lines if it really is the financial advisor was like, hey, you know what's a good investment? Me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there probably is something to claw back there. But it is, to your point, if their financial advisor had been as good at whatever it is his business was as he was at convincing them to give him money, and they made gobs and gobs of money, they'd have been, hooray, celebrate, right?
Mm-hmm.
We invested in our financial advisor's plumbing company, and now we doubled our money, right? So
yeah,
who knows?
Yeah, so some of the comments were pretty helpful. Like OP said, somebody said you'll probably need a lawyer that specializes in elder care in estates. The first step is cutting off that advisor. Next, see if you can sue his firm that has conflict of interest and undue risk all over it. I think that's really great advice, especially reaching out to a law firm that specializes in elder abuse and getting their take on what's going on because they see something like this a lot.
Yep.
However, I will also offer this caveat that you do have to be careful when dealing with some of these firms because I know it was really bad a while ago, like within the last decade, of companies convincing the elderly that their kids were the problems and then signing over fiduciary power and power of attorney to them. And then the kids were effectively cut off from the parents.
Yeah.
And that was like a really big thing, specifically in California. But I think there's been some laws passed to help stop that from happening. But yeah, I mean, these elderly would just get into these POA agreements with people, and then they would just be drained dry. Yeah,
it's not good. Now, I did find one comment that was a little bit more in line with our first take, which was, I think you're in way over your skis What you're asking for is some sort of quasi-guardianship, and falling for a bad deal is miles away from the legal requirement to establish a guardianship.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can ask your parents to consult one of you on these things, but they are competent adults, and until that changes, they will be within their rights to do what they want with their money. Yeah, and maybe that's the right answer, is like, open the door. Hey, mom and dad, we can talk to you. We can help you with this, especially if I'm kind of bashing on her writing style, but I didn't get the sense that OP was someone who, was really steeped in this. But if you were learning about your own personal finance, right, you're learning about investing, you're learning about that kind of stuff, offering that assistance to your parents and saying, hey, if you ever have any questions, you ever want me to look over, your plans, just let me know. So like, I think that's really where OP should be looking, is like, how do I make sure I'm involved and make sure my parents feel supported by us, and they don't have to feel like they have to be alone and confused by just a financial advisor, right? And that we can help, and we can talk, and we know what we can try to find what's in their best interest. All right. This next one's from RAITAH, and it's, am I the asshole for walking away from a house I have no equity in or say in and stiffing my soon-to-be ex?
Okay, now this is a little bit more exciting. This one sounds juicy. This one's not just old people getting scammed out of money.
That's true. Nice. That's true. Yeah. We'll amping it up. Before we got married, my in-laws sat me down and explained that I was never going to be on any paperwork for the house they helped my fiancé purchase as a wedding gift. They insisted on an ironclad prenup. I got a lawyer, and I made sure I was protected as well. After we got married, I contributed to the expenses of our household 50-50, mortgage and everything. It was a little more than I paid in rent and utilities, but I figure we were building a future together. I make a decent living as a welder, and I do not own a lot of stuff. I have a truck, a welding lid, a laptop, and some clothes. Before I met my wife, I lived at Airbnbs and all-inclusive resorts. I work 4 weeks on and get 2 weeks off. I didn't make sense to rent a house that could sit empty for months at a time. I have helped my wife upgrade, renovate, and furnish the house. I'll give a simple example. We bought a very nice sectional. I paid for half up front by giving the money to my wife. She then bought it on her credit card to get the points. After that, it wasn't my problem anymore. Right? Yeah. It's not his problem anymore. I recently found out that she had been seeing her ex when I'm out of town. I do not play that game. I will never compete for a woman, and I do not forgive cheating. So last time I came home from work, I stayed in an Airbnb. I took the time to see a lawyer and initiate our divorce. When my time off was done, I went back to work. My next break is after the new year, and I will be going to an all-inclusive. Neither this last time or from now on did I or will I be giving her any money. The problem is that she didn't use the money I gave her to pay down the mortgage or her credit card bill. Shock.
I think that I should say her problem is.
Oh, yeah, it says the problem is. No, her problem. She blew it on other stuff. So now she is in a bind. My money made her lifestyle possible. By just leaving and not engaging, she is kind of screwed. But there is nothing there for me anymore. We don't even have a dog like I wanted because she would have had to care for them while I was away. So all I left behind was a suit I only bought for our wedding, some gym clothes, and my dress shoes. Once again, for the wedding.
Dang.
She, her family, and her friends are all over me to help her during her divorce. I have no obligation to do so, though, and after our divorce, even less so. I can literally live out of my suitcase and my backpack. My only living expense beyond housing is long-term parking for my truck. Even my mom seems to think I am screwing her over and punishing her too harshly. I personally can't believe my mom would take her side, but my parents' divorce was really antagonistic, and their inability to communicate led to both of them being much worse off than if they had cooperated and ended things amicably. Am I the asshole?
My first judgment is not the asshole.
Wow, so far from it.
But
Good.
I will caveat that, say that's some stone cold stunner.
Oh.
Like, that man is glacier cold.
Yeah. Right. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. He's like, oh, my wife's cheating on me? Well,
I'm out.
Done.
He's not even, the house isn't his.
Yep.
He doesn't have literally any possessions to his name that he gives a flying hoot about.
No.
Like, he's just like, yeah, okay, I guess I'll stop being your roommate now.
Yeah. It's a very minimalistic lifestyle he leads. And that's probably indicative of maybe prior trauma. Like, something makes someone to be where they have, in their marital home, no possessions, right?
Yeah.
But he's positioned himself in the perfect spot to deal with this betrayal, and to find out that not only is it traditional infidelity, but it's financial infidelity as well, ongoing at the same time, and that he doesn't even have to deal with the consequences of that financial infidelity is like super sweet for him, right? Like, you gotta love that.
Okay, but let's go back to the beginning, like walk through here, right? It's before we got married, my in-laws sat me down and explained I was never going to be on any paperwork for the house. They insisted on ironclad prenup. Okay, that's red flag number 1.
Right.
Like, if you're a grown adult, I don't think that your parents should have any say in your wedding paperwork.
Potentially the parents knew that their daughter was promiscuous, maybe. That this wasn't going to last long.
You a hoe, so we're going to protect you, dude.
But also, it's like, okay, so the house that they helped my fiance purchase, so it's because there's still a mortgage, right? It's not like they're like, here's a house.
Yeah, they gave her either a down payment or a significant part of a down payment. But like, they sound like they just were literally living 2 separate lives, somewhat under the same house. Like, nowhere do we get the inclination that they have a joint plan for the future.
Right.
You know, she wanted a couch, so I gave her half the money. And then, like, it wasn't my problem after that. You know, there's no visibility or intertwining of their lives. Yeah,
that's a good point. Because OP is paying on the mortgage and is being forbidden from being on any paperwork. Like, he is throwing money into a potential black hole. And he spent however long this seemingly short marriage was throwing money into that mortgage. And he's not even asking, or probably, with the quote unquote ironclad prenup, maybe he doesn't have any say to that mortgage that he's put in. Yeah,
no, he doesn't at all. Like, he's literally just changing landlords from some guy who's screwing him to a woman, his wife, who's screwing him.
Yeah, 100%.
In all sorts of that way.
Now he's back to Airbnbs and all-inclusives.
Yeah, and he's like, oh no, I have to go back to not participating in life with anybody. Ah, how terrible. Well, I'm out, bye.
Bye.
And like, I think theoretically, if there were some sort of written agreement that he would pay half the mortgage while he lived there, they are still technically married. He could probably technically be held liable for his portion of whatever it is. But like, the way everything seems, I think that is not how that actually goes. And I don't think he has any
if he's
sort
not
of accountability.
If he's not on any paperwork for the house, mortgage is paperwork. So
So
and now if they had convinced OP to sign on to the mortgage and not be signed on to the deed, that would have been not great for him. But that's why he got a lawyer, made sure he was protected. So There you go.
So, wow, what an interesting lifestyle that OP leads. I wonder how they met and how they got together, and like I just want to know more details about how they, because it just seems so transactional.
No, that is. I don't know if there was ever any responses from this guy. There's lots of comments, and they're all saying not much different. One thing that was interesting, the moment you said that after moving in, you paid a little more than you used to pay for rent and utilities, that sealed it. If you move in with someone and pay more than you paid when you were on your own, then your name should be on the deed. Period. Yep. Nope. You got shafted here. You owe nothing.
Yeah. This is a really good comment. This is a rule I drilled into my kids' heads. You can make choices, but you do not get to choose the consequences.
Oof. Yikes.
Which is true, right?
Yeah.
Very rarely do you get to know the consequences of your actions up front.
Yeah.
And they also said, I'm sure her mommy and daddy have enough to keep her afloat until she sells the house.
Mm-hmm.
It's 100% their fault. OP has no legal responsibility. Not the asshole. The parents are the asshole for putting her in this position, and the soon-to-be ex-wife is the asshole for her financial irresponsibility and infidelity.
The parents probably have some hand in why their daughter turned out to be someone who
would
take half the money for a couch and then not
Are
pay
you
any of the credit card bill.
Implying that parents and their way of raising their children have an effect long into adulthood?
I don't know. What do you think about that? You think what nature versus nurture?
Yeah. No, I'm going to say that is for sure the case, because sometimes I catch you looking at me going, I know where she gets that from.
It does help to meet your family.
It does. It makes things literally.
There's a lot of context.
People meet my family and they're like, I get who you are so much more now than that explains a lot, actually.
Yeah, that's true.
My family is overall a good bunch, but it does actually explain a lot about how I got here. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I would be interested to know more about his soon-to-be former in-laws.
Yeah. The one thing that is interesting, though, here this comment, I don't understand why friends and family are on her side when she's cheating on you. That doesn't make sense. I agree with that. Like, where is his mom? Like, it's one thing to be compassionate, right? And like, oh, I don't want this poor girl is going to be destitute. But man, that is so not your son's problem. And your son needs help. Your son needs support right now, right? Like he's theoretically, he, like you said, he's stone cold seemingly, but like theoretically he's heartbroken, right?
Yeah. Favorite person in the whole wide world cheated on him.
Yeah.
Broke his trust, broke his heart.
Yeah. And yeah, so
none of that in the actual, story from OP.
But that's, I mean, like that pragmatism from his mother could be like what made him stone cold. Back to nature versus nurture, right?
There's an interesting little side thread here that says separation leading to divorce equals not your problem to support her financially anymore, especially since she was unfaithful and misled you to believe the money you did provide was being used properly. This is her own mess to clean up. You can ask for money back in the divorce if it wasn't used for its intended purpose. Him not doing that, i.e. fighting tooth and nail to get what he's owed, is already saintly. He simply and calmly walked away from it, which is more than can be said of many people during divorce.
Yeah. He didn't even ask for shoes back.
Yeah. He was just like, I don't even want my, shoes that are probably really nice and that he probably paid good money for, because that's what you do for a wedding suit. Did he buy a wedding suit off the shelf? Did he get one custom made? Because, like, your wedding suit's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, it would come with me.
Yeah. Right? You come back. But then again, you have, a lot of other clothes.
Sure. Yeah,
and a lot of other stuff.
I have more than...
You have more than some gym clothes.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So, yeah, I definitely think that OP is being restrained and could definitely screw over his ex-wife a lot more than he is and is not. And I also think that his mom probably is not able to see this super objectively, given her own past history with divorce.
Yeah.
Your previous experiences color.
Right.
We are not robots who are...
Yep. And there's no kids here. There's
not even a dog.
He never has to see this woman ever again.
No.
Like this is a breakup, basically. Like at this point.
Yeah.
Like
I've seen messier. We've talked about messier breakups.
Yeah. No.
Last week's?
With no, material possessions to divide up. No house. Like he doesn't have any say on the house. Like, looks like all of their accounts and everything were separate. Like this is as about a clean a breakup as you're going to get.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Just slice and dice.
Yeah. No reason to pay money to keep peace.
He's keeping his peace by peacing out.
Yeah. He's keeping his peace by getting rid of the cause of the lack of his peace.
Going to all inclusives.
Right.
Get him a Mai Tai stat.
All right. This last one is from RAITAH, and it's, am I the asshole for refusing to pay the mortgage until my dad agrees to the new conditions? Putting rules on the refrigerator. So about 2 years ago, my parents and I were living separately. I had my own house and they had theirs. They wanted a single story because they're getting older and my father was having surgery on his legs, so climbing stairs wouldn't be possible. Moving into my house wasn't an option because at the time I had a 3-story Victorian that not only was it a POS, but the layout just wouldn't work. Also, I wanted to be able to watch over my parents despite me hating them. Wow, that just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Okay, despite me hating them, right? A little background on OP and the parents.
OP's like, oh yeah, I want to take care of my parents. Sure. I despise their every cell, but...
Okay, because these people can't even remember to close the front door before going to bed, and I'm terrified they'll hurt themselves or catch the house on fire.
Okay, that's fair, but you don't have to hurt somebody, hate somebody, if you think that they're just leaving the front door open.
Okay, no, but the despite me hating them is a parenthetical. So he wants to watch over his parents because they will leave the door open, not... He hates them because they'll leave the door open.
That is fair.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, OP doesn't like parents, but he doesn't want them to die.
Tough spot to be in.
Carrying on. We found a single-story ranch house that would work for us and had lots of potential. It was a diamond in the rough. When we moved in, we agreed verbally I'd pay 1/3 of the mortgage every month, and I'd also pay my dad for the car insurance. The arrangement worked at first. However, issues started 7 months ago, when he started drastically changing the price every month. $200, then $500, then $275. Last month, I confronted him, and his response was to tell me to man up and pay my bills, then laugh at me and walk away. This was after last month I had paid him $200, which is what he told me was due the previous month. When I confronted him, he also denied ever changing the price. This month, surprise, surprise, it's now $300. This comes from him after he already told me last month I owe $275. I reminded him of that, and he laughed and said, I never said it was $275.
Oh my god.
This is psychological warfare.
Seriously.
I told him I want to see a copy of the mortgage statement so I can divide both the mortgage payment and the car insurance payment by 3 and add the totals. I already get the total insurance bill texted to me monthly, and he doesn't know this. So I can be sure I'm not overpaying him because I'm not going to keep doing this price change garbage. I told him I want to start texting me the amount due so I can have a record of what he said. He got angry and said I don't need to see anything and I wouldn't understand it anyway. Wow. I feel like the feelings might be mutual in this family. This is a guy who asked me how to turn a computer on because he doesn't know how. And then he tells me, again, I just need to man up and pay my bills. I told him until he agrees to this, I'm not paying him anything. He said that he'll take me off the insurance, which I said is fine. I can literally get my own. So far, he still hasn't shown me the mortgage or agreed to text me the amount due. So, am I the asshole for holding my payments until he agrees to do this?
No.
This is weird. First of all, who's got based on the numbers he threw out here, the mortgage is somewhere between $600 and $1,500?
Well, not the mortgage and car insurance.
Yeah.
Which,
where are they living in for that?
How drastically has our mortgage and car insurance changed month to month over the last year?
Never.
Right? So there's no reason
right.
that OP's dad should be changing the amount. It's not like a variable bill like utilities, right?
Yeah, even if they had an adjustable rate mortgage, it adjusts annually, right?
Yeah. So this is literally just OP's dad fucking with him.
It's psychological.
Yeah.
Like torture, man.
Yeah. So OP is not on the mortgage, I think. It doesn't specifically say that. But yeah, just don't pay dad. What are they going to do? Evict you?
I wonder if there's a weird thing, like, because it could be there is no mortgage and the son doesn't understand that the parents had the money to buy this house in cash.
Could be.
And then the dad's just getting money, the amount of money he thinks he deserves every month, right? And that is variable.
Monday, January 17th. OP left 5 crumbs on the table.
Right.
$7.
Just $10 a dish. Sons of bitches.
For just $10 a day, you too can be an asshole to your own son. In the arms of... Somebody said, so you sold your house to help finance a house that you are not only not on the deed of, but that you cannot even see the mortgage documents for? Buddy, you are an asshole to yourself for getting into this situation. Like, if I were in this situation, I would find my parents a nice duplex.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm going to live on one side, you're going to live on the other.
That's a better thought.
I'm going to buy 2 houses that are next to each other or down the street.
Who's moving into their parents whom he hates?
That would be like me moving into my parents' house to help them age. Like, I don't hate my parents. I just want to make that very clear. But my parents and I, in a living situation, we get along like oil and water.
Yeah.
It is better for both of us if we do not live under the same roof and have to deal with the shared spaces.
Yeah.
Like, that's just, I do not understand the logic behind this.
Yeah. I do wonder, there's definitely something here. Either OP was in a rough spot financially, right? This is a small amount of money as well, right? Like if this monthly payment bouncing around, I mean, you're pretty close to how much your power bill. I mean, maybe that's a little flippant, but if OP was really solid, he had a house that he was able to sell theoretically, unless he was just renting it. But just pay the money and wait for him to die. I don't know. It's silly. Someone's being weird and silly. I think there might not be a parent mortgage.
Well, going through OP's posting history, because this was posted, 10 days ago-ish?
This is 6 days ago.
Okay, so less than a week ago, right?
Uh-huh.
Today, we have a post in Mildly Infuriating. That's my dad insists upon shoving the silverware tray all the way to the back of the drawer.
What a madman.
Which, okay, that doesn't actually make sense at all because it looks like there's a little hacksaw and what do you call it? The rind?
Oh, peeler.
Anyway, it looks like a bunch of garbage is in front.
Yeah.
And
this man's father is living in his head 24 hours a day rent-free.
Yeah.
And charging him rent.
And charging him for that. Oh, yeah. Also, my mom throws her trash in the sink instead of the garbage can that's 3 feet away. Also Mildly Infuriating. So I think Mildly Infuriating should just be renamed to My Parents Suck. Yeah. But, apparently he was also fired 10 days ago.
Posting on anti-work. Yeah, see, that's my thing, too. I think... This
is a very unreliable...
I think OP
narrator here
is living with his parents because he's in financial dire strait. Because your father who doesn't have the sense to close the front door before going to bed does not then start a intricate financial psyop campaign on you to drive you mad by changing your mortgage every month.
However, I will say in OP's defense, the way that his mom attacked this cake is grounds for straight to jail. There's one piece missing from it, and then it looks like she just ate the top bit off of it all the way around in the circle.
That's the episode. Save that image. Save that image. It's going.
So, like, maybe OP has some... Am I the asshole for not paying for my parents' vacation?
Another post.
25 and live with my parents, pay for all my own stuff. He says he also makes more money than his parents. He used to. But it sounds like he also got fired. So it sounds like OP has just like a lot of things going on in his life. Oh, here's a rant in our rants. Oh. Why does our country have such a stupid credit system? I don't understand who the F came up with this system. I'm 25 and never used a credit card. Because of that, I can't get approved for anything. Thanks, boomers. How do you have a house? Oh, better. Did you see the one below that? Our rants. Why does everyone assume people who live with their parents are losers? Okay, I swear we didn't just manifest this guy. This feels real. Seriously, why do I get so many comments telling me to get my own place or related things? I work 50 hours a week and pay for all my own crap. Rent is outrageous and housing options in my area are crap. Most apartments are overpriced and in ghetto areas. So why the F would I pay over $800 just to end up in a worse situation than I'm already in?
Well, it would be $800 consistently, though.
Oh, wait. That would be nice. 800 consistently. Everyone always says pay your bills. Welcome to the real world. Y'all like it to act like it's so easy and seem to think money just grows on trees everywhere. I don't get why people act like it's so easy to just go out and buy this or pay for that. To even get an apartment, you have to pass a credit check. My credit has an F rating because I don't use the system. Never even got a credit card, which is a whole nother story.
Your credit has an F rating.
F rating. So his credit's probably like 245 or something.
But like a complete lack of credit. I'm not an expert in this, but it seems like that would be. I mean, making it to 24 and not going bankrupt puts you ahead of a lot of people.
Yeah. Oh, and then somebody said you should help your parents out and pay them rent.
Oh my god.
So that's amazing. Given the context.
Poor OP. I think OP's getting dragged by life. And now we're dragging him too.
Like, does this feel like incel adjacent?
Ooh, possible.
He hasn't had any rants about like women or dating anything. Hasn't mentioned any of that. But like,
they're stewing in there.
I mean, you can't be this unhappy about all these things in your life, except his dog. He does love his dog.
Yeah. Good post about a dog. He's got a good dog.
He's got a good dog. And not have that bleed over into areas of your life, like.
Right. Well, that's kind of an undertone of like, why do people think you're a loser if you live with your parents? The subtext there is, why do women think I'm a loser because I live with my parents?
Oh. Wait, is this an actual occurrence of somebody thinking that women are people?
That's true.
Everyone knows they're second-class citizens.
That does lead you away from the incel theory.
They are. They are just uteruses to reproduce. Good for nothing more than that. Yikes. Okay. I just want to be clear. We don't actually think that those things.
Do we need a palate cleanser after that?
I mean, maybe.
Thank you for listening to the Fire Takes podcast. Wanted to remind you that this is an entertainment podcast. Gwen and I, not financial planners, just opinionated. There are many ways to reach us. If you just go to firetakespod.com, including email, Instagram, Reddit, YouTube. You can hear more from Gwen at fierymillennials.com. Thanks for joining us. Bye.
That cake did not cleanse the palate.
Yeah. Speaking of women only being good for their uterus, though, we are watching a lot of Winter Olympics.
Oh, yes. And we were super stoked to be able to watch the women's, I don't know what the name of it is, the distance jump, where they go down the impossibly high hill.
Oh, yeah.
And then they launch themselves like flying squirrels on skis through the air, and they land. But apparently, and I might be getting this wrong. This might be the first year that women are allowed to jump off the big jump. Before that, they had a smaller jump that they were jumping off of. And then I think it was the 2011 Olympics that this was the first time that they were allowed to participate at all in that kind of event at the Olympics, because before that, the people in charge were worried about damage to their reproductive organs. And notice I said 2011 and not 1911, so that's cool.
1811?
Yeah, 1811. Yeah, good grief. So it's nice to see that so many people care about
progress, though.
Yeah.
Right? It's an actual whole human that's coming down that hill.
I don't know about that. Oh, goodness gracious. We did really enjoy watching the women's hockey team beat up on Chechnya. Yeah. So that was really cool. Got to see some alpine downhill skiing, which was really cool. Mm-hmm. Let's see what else. Oh, curling, obviously. Curling, yeah, curling's pretty great. I don't know what's going on, but that doesn't stop me from enjoying it. Yep. It's like, I have this theory. You guys know that we are big, big fans of ESPN8 The Ocho. This is like ESPN8 The Ocho live around the globe for 2 weeks straight. Like, this is great. Like, when has curling ever been on the TV? Right. Never. Yeah.
Just every 4 years.
Every 4 years, though. Yep. We get curling. We get the decathlon. Decathlon, that's it. Yeah. Decathlon, you know, where they like ski and then they shoot and they ski and then they shoot. Yeah. Like, this is ESPN8 Ocho, Olympic version. It makes me happy. It's always something sporty to watch. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Yep. No, they served up the it's a Jerry Seinfeld bit that I mangled the other day when we were watching the luge, talking about how they have the luge where it's a guy going down the bobsled track, but there's no sled. It's just Bob.
All Bob, no sled.
Yeah. But it's the only sport you could do against your will, which Saturday Night Live kind of riffed on that bit as well last week.
That was, yeah. If you haven't seen the SNL skit about the luge, you should go and look it up. Well, I think let's see if we can include a comment.
Sure. Yeah, I'll put some stuff
in the notes, in the show notes. But yeah, it was pretty funny. We laughed a lot.
All right. We appreciate you guys listening. We'll be back in a couple of weeks.
Until next time. Peace out.